Well, when Claire first got COVID, she says, I feel like I'm running a fever.
Each day I got progressively worse after that. Scott started to get sick with the same symptoms. I got to a point where Scott said, we really should think about going to the hospital.
I never expected what was to come.
When she presented to emergency room, she was critically ill. So she had very low oxygen saturations. Most people with normal lung function are operating somewhere between 98+%. She was 53%. Initial plan was to transfer her to a tertiary hospital, but at that point in the epidemic, wave after wave after wave, there were no beds in the state. And so we admitted her here and took care of her at our hospital in our ICU on a ventilator.
Doctor called me, and I'll never forget, he said, "Be prepared. I've never seen a set of lungs as bad as hers. You need to take care of yourself. We will take care of her." So I started to go home, and I was like, I can't just go home. So I turned around and came back.
Claire was one of my first COVID patients that I had taken care of here. She was really sick, and we were worried about her. I was also worried about myself, my husband. But, you can't show any of that to the patient. You just provide reassurance, make them feel safe.
I would put the phone to her ear and I said, "Just talk. I don't know if she can hear you." And he said, "I'm out in the parking lot. I wish I could come see her." I said, "Well, you can't." I said, "But if you want to call, throughout the night, I'm here till 7 in the morning. So just call every couple hours."
I was out on the ventilator for 5 days.
I was very happy to be, the one who took her off. It was wonderful getting her off the machine. As it always is.
We are here to be their support, not just medical, because it's not just medical that heals you. You have to heal from the heart out. And especially COVID patients, that isolation creates a need for communication and connection.
My nurses were the most amazing. I don't even call them people, they're angels on earth. Of course, they're all in their full COVID gear, and all I could see were their eyes, and I could hear their stories. And they had the best stories. I could tell you everything about those nurses, except for what their mouths looked like.
From the nose down.
Yeah.
To be laying in the hospital in the bed and going through what she was going through, wondering about so many things. I can't imagine. But we try to. You try to imagine what it's like, and you try to put yourself there so that you can empathize with your patient.
They would always go above and beyond. They would have every single time. Just before they left, they would say, "Claire, is there anything else that I can get for you or do for you?" And I said, every time, "Can you just hold my hand?" And they would come over to the bedside and hold my hand. I was so grateful for that. And they never rushed. They weren't put out or anything. They were so happy to hold my hand. And they would hold it. They would hold my hand, and they would talk to me, and they'd put their other hand on my forehead and tell me I was going to be okay.
When I assisted Claire to her car from the wheelchair and received a hug from her, it was such a profound moment for me, and that was a moment that I'll never forget.
It was a big wake-up call for life in general, what's important. At the end of the day, it's who you're next to.
I would say that caring for Claire was a gift. Wonderful people who had struggled so hard through this illness were going to make it home, and they were going to live their lives. And that was a faith that I had lost in the last 2 years, and it was a gift that she gave me. it was a way to move forward.
They saved my life. It's as simple as that. I'm here today because of the MDI Hospital.